Hello and welcome to my channel. So if you've been following my embroidery kit, then you will have seen that we are up to here with our little butterfly. So I just thought I'd give you a little view of it from different angles. So there is obviously the front and there is the back. So that's what felting looks like on the back. You can see where the patterns kind of come through. So we're now up to the embroidery stage, and this is brand new for me, so it's a little bit scary. And I'm looking at the instructions on the little kit, which are fairly basic, but they kind of have like pictures of the different stitches on there, and then some on the back as well. So what you do, I'm going to go over to the other camera and we will have a go. Okay, so here is our embroidery hoop that we're going to be putting our butterfly in to do the next stage. So this one is one that just the inner ring pops out. So it's like a fake wood one. You can get the ones that actually tighten, like this one in the picture here. But it didn't actually come with an embroidery hoop. So this is just one from Hobbycraft. So the inner ring goes at the back. I'll just put that at the bottom just to be in the right place. And then you put that on top like so. And then we just want to have this bit at the top. And you're kind of going to want to just see about the placement of it. I think that'll be okay. I'm happy enough with that. I can see the placement in here, kind of not exactly in the middle, so I think that'll be okay. And then we just basically want to push this on, which is a little bit easier said than done, but I might just move that up a tad. So I'm just going to place it kind of roughly where I want it. And then it takes a little bit of brute force to do this. I'm just going to stand up and do this. And it does help when your material is thin like this. It's harder to do it on wool felt. There we go. So there we go. I've got my hoop done. Quite proud of myself for doing that actually. And there it is in the hoop. Obviously it's not finished because now we've got the bit that's the scary bit for me, which is the embroidery, because although I have done the odd bit of hand sewing, mending things, I'm not really very knowledgeable about embroidery. So you'll have to bear with me. If it seems like I don't know what I'm doing, then it's absolutely true because I don't. So I'm learning as I go along. So anyway, I've taken a piece of my embroidery thread. So on here we've got the instructions as to the different threads, different stitches rather. I think I'm going to go easy, to break me in gently, and I'm going to go for a straight stitch. The straight stitches, we've got these little white bits on here are the straight bits. So I think I'm going to start with those easy bits. We've also got the inside of these leaves as well is a straight stitch. And it tells you on the kit here how many strands of wool that you're to use. So here it's kind of got an arrow pointing and it says 3 strands. So according to the instructions, when you split the thread, it comes actually in to 6s. Now I'm going to bring this camera down a little bit so you can actually see what I'm doing. And focus a little bit better. So when we just split it, there are six strands in that one thread. Like that. So we want 3. So I'm just going to bring that down the middle. There might be an easier way than this. I'm just going to try and split the wool. Obviously it's all intertwined, so definitely easier said than done. Right, now I've got a bit of wool stuck in there. That's not good. Probably should just unravel this. Wow, I'm not even up to the embroidery yet. I'm still struggling. See if I can just pull it. try from the bottom. I might come back in a minute when I've done it, so bear with me. If anybody is new to felting and thinks that felting is hard, then I'll tell you now, it's a heck of a lot easier than unraveling embroidery thread. I have now got my pieces of 3 strands, I think. I hope I've got 3. Let me just check. Should be 3. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Okay. So the needles that came in the kit, I think it sent me a couple of different ones actually. I'm not sure. I think it was these ones. So I seem to have this little kit, and then I've also got these. So I think, not sure, but I've actually ordered something else as well. Might regret this, but these are self-threading needles. So I had never heard of such a thing, and I thought that might be a good thing. I don't know if I'll work with embroidery thread, so I'm just going to have a go. So I'll try and get something that's similar size to this one. Although obviously the head of the needle is much bigger in that one, the eye of the needle. Let's try that one. So with these self-threading ones, I think you just literally bring it up. Oh, got 2 out of 3 then threaded. Yeah, I think maybe they either need to twist or it's going to be too thick for the self-threading needle. Which is a shame because I was really hoping to try these out. There we go, self-threaded needle done. So pleased with that. Okay, so not sure what else we need to do. Let me see. The instructions say that if we've got an odd number of strands, which we have, we've got 3, do not fold in half. It says tie the end of the single strand as point A. Don't tie a knot in this end. Well, I would imagine you wouldn't tie a knot in that end, but anyway. So we're tying a knot. What's B? Oh, that's if it's even number of strands. Then you fold it. So we're just going to tie a knot in the end of the strands. So just put a little knot at the end. Not sure how close to the end, but there we go. One is enough. Doesn't seem to say do a double knot. So tie the end of the single strand. Point A. Yeah, okay. So I think that's what we're doing. Right, sorry for this slowness. I'm just trying to work this out as I go. Okay, so now we are back to our embroidery. So I'm going to open this up now for the diagram here. So we've got, yeah, these bits that I was going to start with. So we can see these lines up here. On here, I hope you can still see the camera okay. Now I've moved my felting mat, I feel a little bit off. I'm not sure where I'm focusing, so just put that back. Okay, there we go. Right, so let's get started. I'm just going to tuck myself in with my squeaky chair and come up. So according to the instructions as well, a straight stitch is here. It says knot the embroidery thread, thread the needle through the bottom, thread the needle, thread in the bottom cloth at the next point, and then complete. So it's just an ordinary stitch, just literally from A to B. So that's kind of what I've done in sewing, sort of when I've been mending stuff, I think, like that. So I've got to try and find where I'm coming up now. That will be the tricky part, is bringing it up in the right place. So I think I'm there. And then we'll bring that one through. Like that. And then we'll go to the end. which is there. Ooh, makes a nice noise, doesn't it? There we go. There's our little thread. And then I'm guessing I'll just pull that right to the end again. And then we'll go through the next one. So that's just here. Yeah, it's quite nice, quite enjoyable project. Not as hard as I thought, but we are already on the straight stitch. So just let me find the bottom of that one. There it is. I suppose it doesn't really matter if you're completely exact. You can kind of do anything to a certain degree, I would imagine. But I'm trying to roughly follow where the lines are. That's how the bottom's looking. I don't think I pulled that quite enough through actually. Oh no, I have, that's just the end. Oh no, I've got a bit ski whiff there. Yeah, I don't think I like that. I think I'll just pull that one out. So I'm going to pull this out here. And then pull that thread out. Oops, sorry. There we go. And then I'll just thread my needle again. So of course, at least we can pull it out if we do it wrong, but it's a little bit more fiddly to put right than felting. Felting is just great. You just literally pull the wool off if you've gone wrong. And only caught 2 through there. Okay, that's better. Just going to pull that a bit longer to make it easier. And then try and come up in the right place this time. I don't think the lines on my drawing are quite the same actually as the lines on the picture. There we go. And then we've also got, actually I probably should have started on this one here, but I've got one just at the side here. Just there. It's a little bit further than that. There we go. Like that. So that's how the underside is looking. And now I'm just going to come back over to this bit over here. Although it might be better to do this little bit while I'm at it. So let me just see what stitch that one's supposed to be. These ones are satin stitch, so I'm guessing it's going to be the same. So we'll try and do that. Try and see if I'm going to do satin stitch right. So I think it says to start in the middle. Well, it starts in the middle of the leaf anyway. So no, I think I'll be starting at the side then. So I'm going to come up the side. Oops, what did I do there? Oh dear. There's something wrong there. Not sure what I did there. Looks like one of my strands must have got stuck. Okay, I'm just going to try and untangle this. I'm not quite sure what happened then. But anyway, I've just sorted that out and I'm just going to thread this back through my self-threading needle. Perhaps I just didn't have enough tension on it, I don't know. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. So I'm just going along my satin stitch. So I'm starting at one end, going across. It's kind of like, from what I can gather, it's just straight stitches next to each other. So it show up quite as much as I was expecting it to actually, but I think my thread keeps snapping for some reason. I'm not sure why. Right. Okay, tangled mess averted again. So I think I'll drop my needle now. Oh goodness. Right, found it. Okay, I don't know. I think this thread is perhaps just not very good thread because it keeps snapping. So I'm going to try and thread the needle a bit lower down and maybe that will help because it just seems to have snapped down here, so it's not taking everything with it when I'm threading through. I think that's the problem, which I suppose is the problem with getting a cheap kit. So in which case I'm actually going to cut some of this excess off, I think, so I don't have to run into that problem again. Just need some scissors. Okay, so I've cut that off and I'm just going to come back to where we were up to now. Leave that one out of the way. So, oops. So you kind of just have to feel where you're coming through. I think maybe I should be looking at the back a bit more, but it's hard to do when the camera's in the way. Hmm. I think this thread is unraveling itself again. Maybe the needle's the problem, I'm not sure, but I'll persevere. Go back over that bit again. I'm wondering if it actually wasn't quite enough to have just 3 threads, because it's not showing up terribly well. Hmm. Maybe a French knot would have been actually neater in that area, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll move down to the next bit, which is this bit, which is also the satin stitch. And I think, from what I can tell, I think they just go long ways. I can't really see which. It's not a very detailed kit when as far as instructions go. So I think I'll just sort of start at the top. Yeah, my wool's not playing again. Let me just sort this out. Okay, we'll give it another try. I've rethreaded my needle. So now we're going to come back up to this section here. I'm just going to keep an eye on the back. I'll do it like a slant like that and make it come out. This thread is not happy at all. It keeps bunching up. I'm wondering if I should just, I'm wondering if I should have just felted these bigger bits on. I'm not sure. I think I've sort of gone off plan of how I was going to do these. Kind of gone horizontal. Oh no. Oh, right. Okay. I possibly will take that out again. I'm not sure. I think I need to change my thread because it's getting ridiculous. So I'm going to call it a day and I will see you when I've decided what to do with all this mess here. But anyway, happy crafting and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.